My APR intake for this C8 S7 finally came in, full carbon fiber. This is the box it came in. Honestly, very packaged well. Oh, a bunch of these foam peanuts. And even then, all the carbon fiber pieces are like double wrapped in this like styrofoam piece. So I'm gonna unbox it, show you guys how it all looks. Here's everything that it comes with. So you got the cone filter, and it already comes pre-assembled like this. And you have the air duct that ducts the air from the radiator cover. And then this is the masterpiece over here, like massive hole compared to the OEM. And then you got your two inlets for both of the turbos. And the craftsmanship on this carbon fiber is pretty good. There's no flaws or anything. You can even see on the inside the weave on it and everything. And here's all the hardware you're gonna need. It has the hose clamps, the adapters for the turbos, some screws. For the first parts of the intake install, you're gonna have to remove the engine cover and then remove the radiator cover, which just has a bunch of T25s here. And then you also have to remove the hood latch. Now that I got the radiator cover removed and the engine cover, the next step is to remove this air duct. And that'll make me able to pull the airbox out without any issues. And for the radiator cover, I also will be replacing this with a carbon fiber one instead. That way it can match the engine cover and the whole APR carbon fiber intake. Removing the airbox was fairly simple. All you have to do is remove these clamps over here with a flathead, and that'll loosen it enough to wiggle out. And the airbox is actually only connected with grommets, so it just comes right out. The next step after that, we have to remove all these T25s on the actual turbos themselves, disconnect these two clamps, and then remove the PCV over here. Now that the original intake tube is removed, I can go ahead and install the new adapter along with the silicone, along with the new gaskets. Here's the adapters on with the silicone and the clamps. Next step is the intake itself. Here's the intake all installed. You can see the new inlets, all the carbon fiber, the open air. You can see the design. All that's left, I have to install the carbon fiber hood scoop and then the carbon fiber radiator cover, and then it's all good to go. Here's the final result of the APR carbon fiber intake along with the carbon fiber radiator cover. Overall, the install is pretty hard. You have the screws, this top screw is not so bad on the turbo, but the bottom screw on both of them are very hard to reach. And also this PCV connection, and there's another PCV connection right underneath. They're very tight from factory. Otherwise, everything was pretty straightforward. It already comes with the cone attached and everything. You just have to connect the clamps from here, and then there's some grommets over there. You just reuse the factory grommets. And then you also install this bolt over here. And then the shroud was also fairly simple. You had to install, of course, before the radiator cover, but there's two bolts on each side, and it flows air right through here into the intake. And the radiator cover, plug and play, honestly. You just reuse the same bolts as the factory one. Hood latch fits. I still have to put a clip in there, but everything fit pretty good, almost like it was a plastic, but it just ties everything in with all the carbon fiber. So what do you guys think about the full carbon fiber engine bay? All I'm missing now is the ECU cover, but who knows, maybe I'll get that in the future.